Reggie said, can Robin repeat the stat on MRR and projects? So yeah, so again, I'm getting this from Paul Sissel. He has found that for every $1,000 of MRR that you have, you multiply that by 0.6, and that should be what you're generating in projects for those clients, right? So for every $1,000, let's say you have a client that's doing, 12,000, well, $12,000 a year in MRR, then you're typically going to have about $7,200 in projects. All right, that's just a big general rule of thumb. And that's if you are doing an IT roadmap budget for your clients, like looking at, like, in other words, doing a deep analysis of their environment. There's 3 areas you look at: risk, compliance, and security. You look at aligning to your tech stack so that they are in, stabilization. So you don't tell your client, well, we got to align you to our tech stack, because that just sounds like you're trying to sell them stuff. So the first thing you want to do is address risk. If they are exposed, they have bad backups, they have, they don't have MFA turned on, they don't have employee awareness training, whatever it is, like, you want to address risk first. That's most important. The second thing you want to address is stability. You say, look, we got to get you from old, antiquated where you are over to our tech stack, which is going to make it, the benefit to you guys is that it makes it easier to support that client. Because if a client is on old, outdated equipment, or you're supporting, 15 different firewalls and 20 different backup systems, it becomes a little bit of a mess for your engineers to manage. So you want to start moving on to your tech stack, which is stability. And then the third is growth. So are they growing? Are they going to move offices? Are they adding new employees? You look for growth, and you look for ways to be more productive or prudent with their money. I mean, there's a way you can save them some money. Consolidation of technology, putting them in the cloud, better collaboration, better communication, those kinds of things. So those are the 3 areas. When you're creating an IT plan, that's what you're, an IT roadmap. You're basically saying, here's where you are today, Mr. Customer, Miss Customer, and we got to get you over to here, which is not best in class, because people hear that and they think, they're like, I don't need to be best in class with IT. But you say, you're over here where you have good, solid quality IT that's stable, it's reliable, it's secure, it's available, it's all the things that you want, right? And that's the roadmap you create from, and that is going to be MRR, which is managing stuff, but it's going to be projects. And some clients, probably most clients, can't do a massive outlay of cash in 1 month. So what you do is you say, okay, here's the most urgent things we got to fix. So you need cash for that. And then we kind of schedule out, we're going to replace these laptops, we're going to upgrade you to this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Here's the projects we're going to roll out. And by doing that, rolling them out that way, it not only helps your client with cash flow, but it also helps you, because you doing all those projects in 1 month probably would implode most of you. So that's what a roadmap is. Here's where you are, here's where we want to get you, and here's the projects that we're going to do in between, and this is what these projects are going to cost, and that makes your IT budget. And in general, 60% of MRR in general is going to be project work. That's what you're going to get, from your business. All right, Reggie, that was more than you asked for. I won't charge you extra.
He actually, I don't know if we should bring him on. He did a follow-up question. Reggie did. Do you push harder on marketing during the slowdown time with the new client signups, or pull back on marketing?
Well, he says, yes, agree. Beginning to see a slowdown with new client signups. So push harder on marketing during that time, or pull back. Well, I mean, why would you pull back unless you don't want to grow? And if things are slowing down, you're going to need more clients buying, not less, because you're going to get less juice and revenue and opportunity from existing clients. So you have to fill with new. So I mean, again, well, it depends on your goals too. I mean, if you don't mind staying the same or going backwards, then you don't have to do marketing. I mean, that'll just happen automatically. I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm just saying that, the reason you do sales and marketing is because you want to grow and develop better, higher paying clients. Yeah. And the other reason for sales and marketing is, if to replace clients. I mean, we were just talking to, I think it was Ken, who said, he'd been a client and he got referrals, but then he just lost a bunch of customers to selling their companies. And that happens a lot. And so you've got to be able to have a way to replace churn. Um, and if you don't have sales and marketing, you don't just spin it up in a month. I mean, it takes a while to build lists and establish processes for lead generation, lead conversion, which is your sales process, drip marketing. These things take time. And that's the other thing, people say, well, I'm not going to start marketing now. I'm going to start next year when I'm going to have more time, money, whatever, which is bullshit, because you never have more time. If you're busy now, you really honest to God think that next spring, next January, next whatever, you're going to be less busy? You're full of shit. You know that, and I know that. So stop saying I'm going to wait till I have more time. And the money is not going to just fall from the sky like manna from heaven. I mean, you got to actually sell something for a profit. So that's sales and marketing. So yeah, I mean, it gets tougher. So that means you have to be more meticulous about implementation. That means you got to be tighter about like no lead left behind. You cannot have any sloppiness because you've got to make every dollar produce. So those things, that's what changes, gets harder, but that doesn't mean you should stop.